After watching today's video, you will be able to answer these three questions. First of all, what is ANOVA? How, when, and why we will use this. Second, ANOVA table, how to make it, how to solve questions from that, as well as how to calculate the F ratio. And not only this, you will be able to solve GATE Psychology 2023 question number 65, which will fetch you easily 2 marks. And in future, if the same question comes or anything else is asked about ANOVA table, degree of freedoms, you will be able to answer it very accurately and precisely. So this is that particular question we are talking about, question number 65. Here what they are asking, we have to calculate the value of F from the data. So let's suppose that we don't have any idea of this, what it is happening over here. What is between, what is within, what is sum of squares, what is degree of freedom, as well as what is mean square. We have zero idea about this. So make sure that you watch this video completely till the end. And after that, you will remember this video till your entire life. Hello everyone, welcome back once again to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about our special lecture. So this special lecture is particularly part of our VIP program. So if you want to join that, you can join, most welcome. But first of all, we will look into the question. So question is something like this, that you have given three values. First is coffee, second is juice, and third is tea. So what it is happening over here is we are provided with three groups. All right. Let's suppose group A is given coffee, group B is given juice, and group C is given tea. And the researcher is interested in checking whether drinking or consumption of these beverages will lead to increase in memory, or will there be any changes in memory. So the design is something like this. All right. So he or she wants to measure whether there is any increment or decrease in our memory of the students of coffee group, juice group, as well as tea group. All right. So the question is something like this, that a researcher wants to check whether drinking coffee, drinking juice, or drinking tea will have effect on what? Will have effect on memory. Okay. So the table is given like this, and in each group, how many students are there? There are 5 students in each group. So this is group 1, coffee group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So how, if the question asks, now we will start from very basic, we don't know anything about it. So how many total number of participants are there? There are 5 in each group into 3, that means 15. All right. So please remember that 15 in your entire life, 15 will be the value of what? 15 will be the value of N, capital N, we denote it like this. So 15 will be value of what? 15 will be the value of your capital N. All right. Okay. After that, what we are given? We are given how many groups? We are asking simple questions to you. Okay. How many groups are there? There is coffee group, there is juice group, and there is tea group. So how many groups? There are 3 groups. All right. So what it is? This is the value of what? This is the value of K. Okay. Please remember this. Capital N will be the total number of participants. The number of groups will be what? Will be always K. And what will be small n? Tell me, can you guess what will be small n? Yes, you are right. Small n will be number of participants in each group. Okay, so how many are there? There are 5 members or 5 participants or 5 subjects in each group. All right. So you know this so much so far. And now see the magic. So we have not started yet the question, but still we are able to assess what? You will be able to assess easily degrees of freedom. All right. So we will discuss about degrees of freedom. Sorry for the spelling mistakes. Okay. So degrees of freedom we will discuss now. All right. So first of all, we will talk about among as well as between, the same thing, and we will talk about within. Okay. So for among, the formula is given as what? Is given as K minus 1. So can you tell the degree of freedom for this particular example, this particular question we are talking about? Can you tell the degree of freedom? Yes, why not? Our K is the value of groups, that there are 3 groups, minus 1. So the value of degree of freedom will be what? Will be 2. 100% you got your answer. So if the question asks in GATE, NET, SET, whatever examination you are giving, if the question is asking that for ANOVA, in ANOVA, you are asked about degrees of freedom for among or between, what will be the formula? It will be always k minus 1. K will be the number of groups. Now, for within, what it will be? It will be capital N minus K. So what is capital N? Capital N is 15 over here, and K is what? K is again 3. So what will be the answer? It will be 12. Okay. So can you form the ANOVA table now? Yes or no? Yes, you have started just right now to form the ANOVA table. Alright. So what you will do is you will write among like this. You will write within over here, and you will write what? You will write total over here. Always remember, it is very, very, very necessary to remember this, that the total will be always what? Among plus within. This is the key concept which you will never find, or you would have figure it out, but it's fine. So please remember, total will be what? Total will be always your among plus within. Okay, so it will be always total. So what was the degree of freedom for among? It was 2, because we have the formula as k minus 1, and for within it was what? It was 12. So what it was? It was n, capital N minus k. Please remember, it was not small n, it was capital N. Okay, make sure that you remind of this, or you don't make any mistake in this. Okay, so what will be the total over here? What will be the total degrees of freedom? It will be 12 plus 2, 14. Okay, and for total, the formula is what? The formula is capital N minus 1. Okay, so again 15 minus 1 is equals to 14. You can calculate it in both the ways. Now let's look into the original table. So this is your source of variance among the group, within group. Within group is also mentioned as error variance. So make sure you keep this in mind also. And this is total. We just calculated k minus 1 as our 2, n minus k as our 12, and this as our 14. We need to check our answer. Is it correct or not? So let's, okay, all right. So we have 2 over here in the among, we are right. 12 over here and 14 over here. So this box is checked now. So now have a look over here, degrees of freedom. So if it is 3 over here, what they would have done? They would have done k minus 1, right? So it will be 4. Can we guess from this? It will be 4. Right, 4 groups will be there. Oh, all right. And what will be the n? 20 it is given over here. So 20 is what? 20 is our within group degrees of freedom. So for within group, what is the formula? Capital N minus k. Okay, so we know what? We know the value of k. What is the value of k? K is now your 4. Okay, and it is given over here as 20. So you can calculate the value of your n, capital N as well. All right. But that's not the concern over here. Concern is we have to calculate the F ratio. All right. Okay. Now we have to calculate what? We have to calculate sum of squares, which you saw as SSA. So this is for among. Okay. This is for the first row, among, and then sum of squares for what? Sum of squares for within. All right. So you have an idea now that if we add these two, what we will get? We will get sum of squares of total. All right, absolutely correct. Atleechna. Okay. Now the question arises, how do we calculate SSA and how do we calculate SSW? We don't have any idea. So let's dive into the question right away. So now moving forward, what all steps will be taken? Make sure that you remember those steps. And if the question asks you about asking that you have to calculate something like this, so you can do it pretty easily. What you will do first of all is you will add all these 12, 13, 10, 11 and 14. You will add all these and write it over here. 11, 15, 14, 12, 10. You will add all these again and you will add all of these. All right. So it's not that difficult. Just okay. So let's add it right away. 10 plus 11, 21, 21 and 4, 25 and 10, 35, 35 and 3, 38, 38 and 10, 48, 48 and 2, 50 and 10, 60. All right. So what we are getting over here is summation of x is equals to 60, right? We are getting 60 over here. Very good. Okay. We have just added all these 5, nothing else. You can also do the same. Okay. Then 10 plus these 22, 22 and 4, 26 and 10, 36, 36 and 5, 41 and 10, 51, 51 and 10, 61 plus 1, 62. So what it will be? It will be summation of x is equals to 62. All right. We are doing nothing, no rocket science over here. We are just simply adding this. You can also do this. Okay. 15, 10, 25, 25 plus 4, 29 plus 10, 39, 39 plus 10, 49, 49 plus 10 is what? 59 plus 2, 61. So summation of x is equals to 61. Now we have these three values. Okay, make sure that you add these values. And now we have three values. Summation of x is equals to 60. Summation of x is equals to 62 for group juice, and for group T we are having 61. We don't need to know what it is, how it is. We just simply, the number one step will, what it will be, we have to just simply add. Okay, all right. So now we have three values, 60, 62 and 61. Okay, this is very important because it will help you in the upcoming solution. Now next what you have to do is you have to just square all these. What you will do, you will just square all of these and you will add simply. So what you will get, you will simply get sum of squares, because you will be squaring this. You will be squaring square, square, square. So you will get the answers. All right. So let's do it, because you will not do it, I know. 12 into 12 is equals to 144. What you will do is you will simply write, simply write 144 over here. You will write 169. We are doing nothing, no rocket science. We are just making it square. Okay. This is 121 and this is 196. Now what you have to do is you have to just simply add all these. Then 121, 225, 196, 144, 100. Just add this 225, 100, 196, and this is 100, and this is 144. We are doing nothing. We are just squaring these values and we are getting the answers by adding all these. So what you will get over here is, so first of all, if you add all these, you will get what? You will get number as 730. Okay, you will get as 730. Make sure to add these on your own. I might be wrong. Okay, so now next is what? Next is this. If you add all of these, you will get what? You will get 786. And when you will add these 12, 10, this, all these, you will, what you will get? You will get 765. These values are important and you are almost done. You don't need to do anything at all. All right. So what are the three values? 730, 786 and 765. Okay. So we got the values like this: 730 for our coffee group, 786 for our juice group, and 765 for our tea group. The total was what? Total was 61. The total was what? It was 62. And the total was 60. This is almost done. You're almost done with the maximum of your calculations as of now. Okay, so you will get the answers like this. What you have to do is you have to just N1, N2, N3, N5, add all the participants. First step. Second step, square all of them and then add. These two values you will be getting it very easily. Okay. All right. So now we will move ahead to step number M1. So what you will do in M1 is you will just simply add, nothing else. What you will add? You will add the values. What you got? 60, then you got 62, and then you got what? You got 61. All right. What you got? You got 60, 62, and you got 61 over here. And then you will divide all these by what? You will divide by 5 plus 5 plus 5, because each group was having how many members? Each group was having 5 members. So what you will do? You will simply add. We will just simply add 60, 62, 61 like a child. 2 plus 1, 3, 6, 12, 18. 183 is the answer. So 183 the whole square, and yes, you will square. All right. Make sure to square these. 183 the whole square divided by 15. 5 plus 10 plus 5. Okay. So 15. So once you do the calculation, what value you will be getting? You will be getting the value of 2232.6. You can say 0. So this is the value of your what? Your value of M1. Okay. What is the value? Value is 2232.60. This is the value of M1. Make sure that you make sure you note down all the values which are very, 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 very important. So this is the value of what? This is the value of your M1, 2232.60. And whatever hard work you have done so far will start to pay off right away. So now second step is your M2. Okay. Step number second is M2. What you have to do is you have to just sum of squares. It is called as sum of squares total. Okay. What you have done? You have done the sum of squares. Comes out as 730 plus 786 plus 765. Okay. So this was what? This was your sum of squares. I told you this is what? This is how simply you are squaring and you are just adding it up. You are just summing it up. Okay. So 730 plus 786 plus 765, you will add all these And what you will do is you will minus it from what? You will minus it from M1. So the equation will be like this. This is the M2 step. Equation will be something like this: 730 plus 786 plus 765 minus M1. What was M1? M1 was your 2232.60. Alright, so let's add this 730, 786 and 765. Okay, so what it will be? 6 plus 5, 11, 1 carry on 1, 8, 6, 14, 3, 17, 1, 18 and 1, 7, 14, 21 and 1, 2281.00. Okay, so what you will the value get? You will get the value of 2281.00. Simply minus from 2281.00 minus 2232.60. There is no rocket science. We are just simply adding, multiplying, subtracting and dividing. 0, 0, 10, 6, 4, 10, 2, 8. After that 7, 3, 4 and 22, 22 cancel. So what is the value? 48.40. So what is this 48.40? This is our M2. And what is M2? M2 is sum of squares total. Sum of squares total. We call it as SST. What is the value? 48.40. Make sure that you note down all the values. It is very, very, very important for your further calculation. Okay, so this is your step number 2, M2. So let me remind you, now you have the value of sum of squares total. Now you will be going to get what? You will be going to get SSA, and then you will be going to get what? You will be going to get SSW. You already know the relationship between SSA and SSW, that if we add both of these, we will get the value of SST. So if it is like this, SST is equals to SSA plus SSW. Now you will be solving it on your own. You can solve it easily. Now if we have the value in our next step, the value of SSA, which is among, then SST minus SSA will give what? Will give your SSW. Pretty clear? Simple equation. Alright. Now we will move ahead to M3. Step number 3, M3. What we have to do is we have to just simply, what were our first values? What values we calculated? First of all, we calculated 60, 62 and 61. Again, we will repeat the step number 1, which was our M1, with some difference. What is the difference? The difference over here is we will do the squares. 60 the whole square divided by 5 plus 62 the whole square divided by 5 plus 61 the whole square divided by 5. Alright, and then minus by what? Minus by M1. This is the simple equation. What you will do is, whatever you have added in the first step, you will just square and divide by the total number of members in the groups. So 60 the square by 5, 62 the whole square divided by 5 and 61 the whole square divided by 5 minus M1. Pretty easy. And in the first step, what we did in M1, what we did in M1, in M1 we did 60 plus 62 plus 61 the whole square. It is different divided by 15. It was way different what we calculated, and it is way different what we are going to calculate it now. So when you calculate this equation, 60 the whole square divided by 5 and all these, what you will get? You will get the value of, if you solve it on your own, you will get the value of 2233 minus what? 2232.60. because what? We calculated M1 in our first step. In the very first step, we calculated what? We calculated our M1, 2232.60. Now what we have to do is we have to just subtract it from there, from 2233. What we will get? We will get simply 0.40. No rocket science. We are just doing simple addition and subtraction and multiplication. So what is the 0.40? This is the value of SSA. Alright, this is the value of what? This is the value of SSA, sum of squares among. So sum of squares among the group is what? Is 0.40. Let's move on to our equation. SST is equals to SSA plus SSW. Now what is SST? SST was 48.40 is equals to, what is SSA? SSA we just calculated right away, 0.40 plus SSW. We have to calculate it within now. For within we are calculating, and then what we will get? 48.40 minus 0.40 is equals to SSW. So what will be the value of SSW? SSW will be 48.00. Pretty easy. So now we have all the values we needed for our block number, or we have say column number 2. You know what? We just calculated this value, sum of squares SS, SSA and SSW. What is the value of SSA? For SSA, we have the value of 0.40, and for SSW, what we have the value of 48.00. We just calculate it right away. You just need to remember the steps which are mentioned, and don't worry, you have the practice sheet as well, so you will be able to do questions on your own. If you want, you can have this practice sheet as well. So check the answer. It is 0.40 over here and 48, so we are correct. So right till now we have calculated these two, these three plus these two. Now we will move ahead to calculate how to calculate this mean sum of squares and the F ratio, because our question is asking the same. So what we have to do is simply is just the formula is over here, SSA divided by k minus 1. What you have to do is just, if you calculated this much, then rest all this is pretty easy. What you have to do is just from column number 2, we have to divide from what? Column number 1. SSA divided by k minus 1, SSW divided by n minus k. Let's do it. The value of SSA is what? Is 0.40. For calculating, now what we are going to calculate? We are going to calculate mean sum of squares among. See the difference? The m is added over here, which refers to mean sum of squares, is equals to, what is the formula? SSA. For among we are calculating, so SSA divided by what? K minus 1. We will simply do the calculation. 0.40 divided by, what is the value? K total groups minus 1, 3 minus 1. So what it will be? 0.40 divided by 2. So what will be the answer? The answer will be 0.20. Pretty easy. So the value of mean sum of squares among is what? Is 0.20. Yes, we are correct. The value is, for among the groups, the value is 0.20. Make sure to remember or note down all these values for your further calculation. Okay, now we will calculate what? We will calculate MSSW. For within we will calculate now, and what it will be? The formula is SSW upon n minus k. Make sure that you remember all the formulas. So the value of SSW is what? It is 48.00. We will take 48 as of now, and 15 minus 3. It comes out 48 divided by 12. So what is the value? Is 4. 12 ones are 12 2s are 12 3s are 12 4s are 48. The value is 4. So now we have the value of MSSW is equals to 4. So now we have both the values. MSSW is equals to 4 and MSSA as 0.20. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the F ratio, and the formula for F ratio is what? Is larger upon small. Simply put in the way, F ratio is equals to MSSA divided by MSSW. Do we have the values for this or this? Yes, we have. MSSA is 0.20 and this is 4.00, or 4, we can simply say 4. 0.20 divided by 4. When we calculate this, what we are going to get is, let's calculate. And when we will calculate it, we will get the value of what? We will get the value of 4 divided by 0.20. We will get the value of 0.05. 4 5s are 20. 0.05. This is what? This is our F ratio. Let's check the answer. Yes, we got the answer as F ratio as 0.05. Are we correct? Yes, we are 100% correct. We have calculated all the values, and from here we came to here, from here to there. You can also make the Anova table now after following all these steps which were mentioned in past 20 minutes. In 20 minutes you only learned how to make all these, and you can make easily. You can, if you want, you can take the screenshot, or we will share the PDF in our Telegram group as well from our VIP program. So you can make the same table which is made over here at your home, at your ease, with all these necessary calculations. And if you have came so far, then you will never forget this lecture for sure. So now let's move on to our question of GATE 2023 paper, and let's check before the video started or initially, were you able to answer it? Maybe yes, maybe no. But now can you answer it? Definitely yes. Let's have a look into that question. Alright, so now this question seems pretty easy. 2 marks, easily fetchable without any negative marking, a worry of negative marking. What will be the answer? Alright. Okay, the question is asking as the value of f calculated from the data given below. All right, we have given the data, we have given the table, just as now we made the table. In the table below, rounded off to one decimal place. All right, we don't worry about this because we know how to do it. Between, this is sum of squares. What this is SSA, and this is what? This is SSW. Between, among, same thing. This is within. All right. Okay, this is degree of freedom 3 and 20. So this is k minus 1, and this is what? This is capital N minus k. Now this is what? This is mean square. So this is MSSA, and this is what? This is MSSW. You know how to calculate f ratio. For f ratio, what you will do? You will simply MSSA divided by MSSW. So let's do it. F ratio is equals to MSSA. We know about divided by MSSW is equals to MSSA. See, they have not written smartly among over here. So if you are confused, you will remain confused if you have not watched our video. But if you have watched this video, you will never be confused in your entire life. So 18 is what? It is MSSA. So this is 18 divided by what? Divided by MSS within. So this is MSSW divided by 5. 5 3s are 0.86. No. Sorry, 30 and then 6. 6 5 is 30. So 3.6. So what will be the answer over here? The answer will be 3.6, and this is absolutely 110,000% correct answer for you, and you can get +2 marks pretty easily. So now you know how to make ANOVA table. All the 3 questions which were asked in starting, you are able to answer it as yes. Can you make the ANOVA table now? Yes. From start to end? Yes. Can you calculate the F ratio? Yes or no? Yes, you can calculate. You know the formula for all those. You can calculate SSA if you want. You can calculate SSW if you want. You can calculate MSSA if you want. You can calculate MSSW if you want. And you can calculate the F ratio as well. Apart from that, you can calculate degree of freedom for among as well as degree of freedom for within. All the ANOVA table, all the components of your ANOVA table for a one-way ANOVA is ready for you in just 25 minutes. And the one question which is the primary, the first question, what is ANOVA? So now we will answer this and we will wrap up this session. So what is ANOVA? ANOVA is whenever you have more than 2 groups. Whenever you have more than 2 groups, you will always use what? You will use ANOVA. The question arises, can you use for 2 groups? Yes, you can use for 2 groups as well as ANOVA, but that is of not that much use or that much, what we can say, no use of that for using, because you have what? You have t-test. So make sure that you remind of this or you remember this for your entire life, that there are 2 components. First is t-test and second is what? Second is what we called as f-test. Remember this, f-test is nothing but what? Your ANOVA. If you don't know, if you know, it's fine. So for t-test, we will calculate whenever there are what? There are 2 samples or 2 groups, and we have to calculate the mean differences. All right. Mean differences between 2 samples. We can have correlated sample, uncorrelated sample, that is for some other day. But for now, whenever you have 2 samples, you will use what? You will use simply t-test. And whenever you have more than 2 samples or 3 samples or 4 samples, more than 2 samples, whenever will be in the picture, what you will use? You will always use f-test for your accuracy, precision, and you will use ANOVA as well. This is the same thing, f-test, ANOVA. All right. So whenever there are 2 samples, we have to calculate differences between mean of 2 samples. You will use what? You will use t-test. And whenever you are having what? You are having ANOVA, or you are having more than 2 samples. Let's suppose for this example, coffee, juice, and what we say, margarita pizza, or we can say tea, or we can say yahan par chowmein, whatever we want to say, we can say over here. So for all these groups, what we will use is our f-test or ANOVA. So this is the primary basic difference. And please remember, the dependent variable, this is some high level class. So dependent variable will always be for in your interval scale. Dependent variable will always be interval scale, and we will use ANOVA. All right. Assumptions are simply you know, homogeneity of variance and all that. So you can read that from any other simple psychology book. All right. So the main agenda of this lecture, this class is being done. You are able to answer all the 3 questions which are asked in the starting of the video. what is ANOVA, you can answer. Whenever we have more than 2 groups, we will use, you can make the ANOVA table as well, and you can calculate the F ratio as well pretty easily. More on that, the surprise thing, the GATE PYQ, you already are able to solve. Alright, so 2 marks in your pocket right now. I hope you like the video. If you enjoy the video, you learn something new, make sure that you like it. Make sure you share it with your friends of GATE, NET, SET, psychology, whatever psychology exam they are giving, and they are stuck with ANOVA just like you were before start of this video. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and make sure that, okay, all right, one thing more, that if you want to practice practicar in SSR, if you want to practice, you can join the Telegram group with the same name, and just you have to put what, you have to put English in front of that. You can join the Telegram group from there, and you will get the PDF over there, right? By evening or by tomorrow early morning, the PDF will be there, so you can practice these 2 questions from there, and you can make your own ANOVA table. All right, so here we are having 3 groups: rice, chow mein and chapati. No matter what they're asking, you have given the numbers, you can make complete ANOVA table if you want, if you learned. And as well as this is practice question worksheet for, you are having 4 groups over here, so be careful. Biopsychology, behaviorist, cognitive, social, the numbers are given, the number of participants, calculate and start doing the table. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day ahead. Take care. See you all soon.